Chris is a new teacher at school, his daughter also goes there. A student named Kyla falls in love with him and tries to become best friend with Riley to get to him. Meanwhile, she also that her mom had a date with Chris, which of course made her jealous. One day at school, Chris offers to take Kyla home. He does, and when they arrive she takes another photo of him. Chris then tells her he will see her tonight because he is seeing her mom tonight. Kyla of course gets a little bit jealous. Minutes later, as he leaves, she looks through the window very happy on spending some time with him. She then opens a box with many pictures she took from him. She is obsessed. Later that night, before leaving his house, he checks on Riley. But she is doing okay and apologizes for being tough sometimes. He then gets to Kyla's house and her mom is ready for him. While he is in the bathroom, Kyla grabs his phone and realizes he has many thirsty texts from Trisha. She wants to show it to her mom. The mom takes a look at these and is shocked. Chris then comes out and him and the mom get into an argument. Chris assures to her he never texted that student before. The mom asks him to leave and Kyla is satisfied. She then goes outside to Chris, who is sad in his car. He lets her in. Chris is sorry, he really wanted it to work with her mom. Kyla asks about Trisha and he reassures her he never touched Trisha. Kyla then starts getting closer and Chris moves back. She is very touchy with her and he really tries to make her understand not to go there. She then jumps on him. He still resists, but she leans and kisses him. He worries about her mom but lets her kiss him. Kyla stops kissing and leaves his car. She goes back to her room all happy and euphoric. She takes a hidden phone and we realize she is the one that sent the messages pretending to be Trisha, in order to break up the bond between her mom and Chris. She then breaks the phone. The next day at school, Trisha is staring at Chris, who seems very uncomfortable and ignoring her. She then stands up and comes close to him to ask a question about the exam. Kyla is annoyed by it and stands up to join them. She gives Chris a jacket and tells him in front of Trisha, "You left this at my house." Trisha gets mad and goes back to her seat. The door then opens and the principal is here with some cops. They tell Trisha to grab her stuff and leave now. She is so confused and Kyla looks at her with a big smile on her face. She probably has something to do with this. After class, Kyla checks on Chris. He is sad about what happened with her mom yesterday. And she believes that both were not meant to be. She then kisses him again. Chris is shocked and she leaves. She continues taking pictures in the hallway when Riley comes and says that it seems they found something on Trisha. Quentin, Trisha's best friend, comes and tells Riley, "See you at the party." Kyla gets mad that she is also friend with them too. She reminds her she is not her only friend and Kyla calms down. That evening, Kyla is heading off to Riley's birthday party. Before she leaves, the mom tells her Trisha has been suspended because they found a broken phone in her locker with pictures of Kyla and bad texts to Chris. Kyla comforts her mother and tells her she will find someone better than him. Kyla then leaves for the party. The party then begins. It is happening at Riley's house. Kyla shows up with a present for Riley. She gives her a hug while looking at the window of Chris's room. She then tells Riley she will run inside real quick. Once inside, she goes straight to Chris and touches his shoulders. She gives him a massage but he wants to be alone. She kisses his neck and he asks her to stop. But Kyla is persuasive. She is all over him and it's getting harder for him to say no. She removes his shirt and the poor man let it go to the temptation. He puts her on the bed and they start kissing with passion. At this moment, Riley gets in the room. She is shocked seeing her dad and best friend together. She is mad and leaves. Chris chases after her. He runs after throughout the house and catches up her. Chris says he didn't mean it but it's over now. He catches her drinking and gets mad. She leaves the party in tears. Every guest is shocked and Chris sends everyone home. Kyla witnesses everything from the window. When Chris comes back, she lies to him that Riley had a drinking problem for a while now. He wants to go find his daughter but Kyla wants him to stay. He reminds her she is a student, but when he says no she threats him, reminding him he didn't ask her age. She begs him but he leaves. Meanwhile, Riley is on the side of a road crying. Kyla takes a photo of Riley and swears that she won't take Chris away from here, then smashes it on the ground. The next day, Kyla's mom receives a text from Riley. She wants to talk. At school, Chris finally sees her and wants to talk to her, but she is distant. She screams, "Get away from me," and leaves. Chris then starts his class. Kyla raises her hands to answer his questions, and he as well as Riley are uncomfortable. The class ends and Riley leaves right away while checking her phone. Everyone leaves and Kyla wants to talk to Chris, but her mom arrives with Riley in the back. She tells her daughter to leave and slaps Chris as hard as she could. She takes her daughter out and reprimands her. Kyla reminds her she can do what she wants. The mom realizes that her daughter made all the Trisha texts. Kyla warns her not to interfere with her personal life. Later that day, Riley comes to talk to Chris by the pool. She starts crying and wonders how could he do this. Chris confesses he has been so lost since her mom left. They make peace. The next day, Kyla calls Trisha and starts punching herself, then breaks her finger. Chris arrives and Kyla tells him Trisha beat her up. The police is called and Trisha is locked up. Kyla is sent to the hospital where Riley accuses her to use her to get to her dad. She adds that her dad will stay away from her. Chris then comes to say goodbye, but Kyla thinks they are just getting started. She is so in love with him. Chris tells her to stay away from them. But she reminds him he will see her at school every day. Chris then tells her he will quit and clear his desk tonight. He goes to school and calls Riley to come meet him there. Meanwhile, Kyla's mom comes to see her daughter at the hospital, but she isn't there. Riley arrives at the school and someone turns the light off. Kyla then appears, tells her that there is room for only one woman in his life and stabs her. She then goes to Chris and she wants round two. She threatens him with the knife. He reminds her that nothing will ever happen between them, but Kyla doesn't give up. Riley, who is barely conscious, is dragging herself across the hallway. Chris on the other end pushes Riley across the room and she screams loudly. The janitor hears it. Chris comes to her but slips and hits the table, then passes out. Kyla hides his body and the janitor opens the door. She tells him to go get help. While he goes, she follows him behind and finishes him. She then sees Riley and tries to finish her too, but Riley is able to run away. Minutes later, Kyla catches up to her. Both women fight and Riley knocks her out. The ambulance arrives and take both women. Days later, we are shown Chris and Riley ready for her first day. Chris is applying to new schools, meanwhile Riley is leaving for her first day in college. As soon as she leaves, we are shown the silhouette of Kyla and the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out other movie summaries we have on our channel.